Okay, episode 4, Cooking with Marky. Today she's making tomato bisque.
And also grilled cheese sandwiches. So today I'll be making a simple dish, or simple soup, tomato bisque. All you need is a few fresh ingredients, and alongside, you can't have tomato soup without a grilled cheese sandwich. So my variation is I use smoked Swiss cheese instead of regular cheese. I like the smokiness, it gives it a depth of flavor, and that's just how I like it. So for today, you will need one of these appliances. You will either need a blender, a food processor, an immersion blender, a panini press, or a good old skillet. So please continue to watch. In this pan I have 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil that I've melted, and as you can see it's nice and bubbly. I'm going to add the chopped 1 onion to the skillet. I'm going to add the chopped baby carrots, or the 1 chopped carrot. And I'm also going to add in the chopped garlic. And you don't have to worry about chopping these too fine, because you're going to put it in a blender and you're going to puree it, or puree it. So it'll be nice, smooth, and creamy. So I'm going to saute this for about 8 minutes, set my timer, and I will come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have been sauteing this for about 8 minutes on medium heat, and now we'll be adding in the tomatoes, the tomato paste, the bay leaf, the salt, sugar, and pepper, I combined them all, the basil leaves, and the chicken broth. I'm going to use this whole carton because this is 4 cups. Excuse me. A little gurgle gurgle. Okay, so I'm going to stir this together to get the things mixed in well. Right now it looks like a great big old pot of vegetables. And these, after 30 minutes, these tomatoes, they'll be soft and tender, and the basil leaves would have flavored the soup. Everything will be nice, mellowed out, and you also want to remove the bay leaf before putting it into the blender. So I'm going to set the timer for about 30 minutes, and I'm going to cover this with a lid, and I will come back and I will show you what it looks like. It's only been about 2 minutes, and I forgot to say you need to lower the heat to about medium-low and let it simmer for about 30 minutes, and keep the lid on. The soup has been cooking for about 30 minutes. I left it in for 32 minutes actually. So this is what it looks like. See, the tomatoes are nice and soft. It looks a little more soupy because all the vegetables are coming together to create this wonderful soup. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move the soup. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to move the soup over here onto some pot holders. You want to be very careful when putting hot liquids into a blender or food processor because it could splatter and it could cause burns. So, and you don't want to fill it up all the way. You want to fill it up maybe about 2/3 of the way up, so it gives it a little expansion room. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to, and you're going to have to do this in batches because this is a lot of soup. So I'm actually not going to do the whole thing of soup because I know that Ramin and I were not going to eat this much. So I'm going to do a little now, and then I'm going to puree the rest later, and then I can have some ready in the freezer or ready in the refrigerator for whenever I want it. Okay, so that's about 2/3 of the way up. So I'm going to put this on. To protect my hands, I'm also going to put a towel on top to help prevent any spillage. And let's hope that there isn't any spillage. So here we go. The mixture has been in the blender for about a minute, minute and a half. So you want to remove it from the blender. And I got a smaller pot because I'm going to be using a smaller amount of soup. So do you see how thick and creamy this is? And you can see the difference. I mean, this is what it looked like, and this is what it's going to look like. So this is a kind of a deeper red. This is more of an orange color. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get my tasting spoon. Wee little bitty tasting spoon. And I'm going to taste it to see if I need to adjust any of the seasonings. I don't think so. Well, maybe another little pinch of salt. Give it a little bitty pinch. And a little more black pepper. You're going to stir that. And you want to keep this on low heat while you're making your grilled cheese sandwiches. So, I'm going to also put the half and half in, which is in the refrigerator. I'm not going to put the whole thing in because I didn't use this whole pot, so I'm just going to put a little bit in. Just to give it some creaminess. And you're going to stir it. And I use half and half instead of heavy cream because heavy cream, every 1 tablespoon you put in is 50 calories. With half and half, it's every 2 tablespoons you put in, it's only 40 calories. So I figure, I kind of get the best of both worlds. So I'm going to keep that on low heat. And I will move on to the grilled cheese sandwich. Okay, so here we are onto the grilled cheese sandwich. So I have 6 slices of smoked Swiss cheese. You can get it at the deli. Or you can use whatever cheese that you prefer. I have whole wheat French bread that I sliced into about 1-inch slices, and I've buttered both sides. So you're just going to take the cheese, like so. And you can kind of tear it out so it can fit the bread. No problem there. Put that on. This one's a little smaller. So you tear that. And the cheese is relatively inexpensive. For 6 slices, I believe it was like $1.25. So it's not that expensive. Okay, so here I have my, let me wipe my hands really quick. So here I have my panini grill that I got for Black Friday. And I'm going to just place the bread inside of the panini press. I think I buttered that wrong. I probably did. Oh well. So now you want to close your panini press. And I think I'm going to leave this on for about 3-4 minutes, and I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so the grilled cheese have been grilling for about 6 minutes, and I will show you what they look like. Be careful because they are hot. Okay, and I'm going to attempt to cut this diagonally. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. See, and you kind of want the cheese to be kind of gooey. So you place those on the side of the plate like that. And see, and I heated up I made just enough for 2 bowls. So if we want more, we can make more. And then what you do, you sprinkle some of the basil on top for garnish. And there you have it. Tomato bisque with grilled smoked Swiss cheese sandwich. Thank you for watching Cooking with Marky. This is episode 4. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and please try it.